Hi Taurus, welcome to your month ahead tarot scope for September 2019 with me, Raphael from Radiant Reality. It's an absolute pleasure to have you. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for joining me. If you haven't already, please don't forget to like, share, and if you should so choose and it resonates, hit that subscribe button. If you are already a continued son, thank you so much for helping me hit that 40,000 subscriber mark. It really does mean a lot and I'm super humbled by it. If you would like to book a personal tarot reading with me, you can do so on the website address below. If you're not on my mailing list, you are not getting the Monday Magic Tarot Tidbit, which is a message from me and the tarot to get you fired up on a Monday morning. And also, I am doing a winter solstice alignment activation session. You'll be able to find the link for that in the description box below. Spaces are limited to 100 only. So if you want to be a part of that and you want to get fired up for the year ahead, please get in early because I know that they're going to go really quickly. With that said, I would like to bless all of my decks of cards with all forms of love, light, peace, prosperity and abundance, and I pray that the messages that come through are ultimately clear and concise and they help you on your path to your highest vibrational good. So let's have a look, see what the month ahead has in store for you. All right, so your actions and interactions with the world at large. This month you get justice, right? So you are making the decisions this month, but you're making the decisions for forward progression. It's almost like you're saying to yourself, you know what, I need to choose, right? And if you've been sat on the fence about something up until now, this is the month where you will start ticking things off of a list, because that's literally what I'm seeing in my head, like a big to-do list, and it's like you're ticking things off. This is the month where you're making that push to say, right, you know what, I'm going to be more decisive, I'm going to be more discerning. Which is great, you know, it's always a good place to be in. The other thing with the Justice card as well, it very often sees us connecting to the spirit of fairness, right? And one thing that I've noticed a lot with people is they seem to do this thing where it's like, I need to make decisions that are fair, and they base those decisions on being fair for everybody else, but forget to include themselves in that, right? And it's funny because the pagan law says, and it harm none, do what you will, right? People forget to include themselves in that, right? So if you're doing something that's harming you, you're still in violation of the law, right? So think about that this month. Your actions and interactions with the world at large is what you do. This is the time to get your to-do list done, right? Whatever it is that is hanging around that is taking up extra space in your mind, in your heart, this is the month of the year for you to really start checking things off and getting things done, right? Getting things complete. All right, so your money and materials. You got the Chariot card. Oh yes, yes, girl. This is going to be a great month for money, right? The Chariot card is about victory. It's about success. And one thing that I will say to you, if you've been waiting to see a success, if you've been waiting to see a boost in finances, this is the month where that's going to happen for you. And taking that time to allow something to grow, taking that time and making the decisions, right, to free up your time so that you can look after your investments, so that you can look after your finances. This is brilliant. The Chariot card always suggests victory. It always suggests success, but it's winning, right? It's where you've already put the effort in and now you wait for something to come back to you. Again, you've got two major cards here as well before you've even gone anywhere. So big month when it comes to your actions, crossing things off of that to-do list and also seeing an upswing in the finances. This is also a good month for you to really look at some form of, maybe not necessarily training, it doesn't feel like schooling, maybe a webinar or a seminar of some sort when it comes to money, when it comes to finances, you could really benefit from. But this Chariot card bodes very well for finances this month, and it suggests that by hanging in there, by having that that faith, that grit and that determination, you will see some form of an end goal, right? So up until now, things might have been very hairy, right? Things might have been, and actually for a few Taurians that I know, they have been, you know, when it comes to finances, the last month has been a bit like, okay, why is nothing happening? Why is nothing working? Well, it's not happening at the moment, but here in September, things definitely upswing and improve for you. So your communications with the world at large, you've got the Ace of Wands, right? This is a month for you to put pen to paper. This is a month where you're getting creative about everything, right? You're getting passionate about winning, but you're also getting passionate about being creative. This is speaking, writing, but it's usually books, art, you know, it can be even dance and drama, but it's passion and zest for life. Your communication sector is your communication with the world at large. This is what you say to people, how you say it. And this month you're filled with passion, you're filled with fire to say, right, you know what, I want to talk about things, I want to get a message across, I understand what it is that I'm doing. And this is probably going to be because of the boost in the finances. It's almost like you're saying to yourself, you know what, now that that's taken care of itself, I remember what I'm supposed to be doing. And that happens for all of us. When we get bogged down by the real world stuff, we have to take the lofty hat off, and the spiritual stuff is there, it's a support, but you have to deal with what's here and now in the real world. And I kind of feel like once that stuff, the real world stuff regulates, and I say real world in air quotes because let's face it, if you understand spirituality and energy and all the rest of it, just like Morpheus said, what is real, right? Yeah. Anyway, that's for a whole other video, for a whole much more time than I have here. But yeah, your communications look really good. There's lots of inspiration this month. There's lots of ideas bouncing around your head. My advice to you is write them all down. Don't let any of them flit away. Don't let any of them kind of drift into obscurity. Make sure that you get them down, because this month you could be having some really fantastic ideas. Now, what I really like is Justice is Libra ruled, so it's an air card. Ace of Wands is a fire card, right? So your fire and your air sector, there's almost like this mutual reception going on, which means your actions and your ideas and your actions and your communications are working in harmony in some way, right? So this to-do list may well free you up to be more creative, and you might be able to be more creative, which might help you in return finish your to-do list, get things ticked off, right? So let's have a look at your relationships. In your heart and hearth, you have the Two of Pentacles, right? So interestingly enough, the Two of Pentacles is about making grounded, practical decisions. For those of you that are partnered, the feeling that I get from this is it's almost like, whatever happens, we're in it together. I've got you, you've got me, we're going to do this whole thing of balance, right? But the thing that you really need to remember is you're not finding that balance on your own this month, right? This is a very interesting theme as well, because you've got the Two of Pentacles. For those of you that are single, this bodes very, very well. And it kind of looks like the partner that, or maybe not a partner, but somebody that's coming in this month could be at your level already. So it's like they take nothing from you, but they're also not above you. There's like this sort of symmetry going on, and it's like, yeah, you know what? I'm attracted to you, and I know you're attracted to me, but we're equals. It's almost like there's a meeting of minds, bodies, and even wallets, right? There's a lot of synastry and symmetry, which is always a beautiful place to be. So check this out. You've got the Justice card there, the balance. You've got the Chariot card there, the light and the dark Sphinx. Ace of Wands is an anomaly. Well, interestingly enough, an ace can be a 1 or an 11, right? So it's just, and then you've got the 2 here. This whole month is about finding balance and equilibrium for you. This is about not going too far one way and not coming too far down, right? So this is about you finding within yourself and within your entire life, where is the balance? Where is it? It's almost like once the real world stuff starts to regulate, everything else then can come back in. And then once you find that balance point this month, you're going to want to keep it. Once you find your baseline, you need to stay at your baseline. All right. So your first week of the month, you've got the Fool card, new things, new places, new people. Your to-do list this month could very well end up taking you further afield than you imagine. And with the Fool card there underneath the Justice card, what I want to say to you is some of the solutions to the things that to the challenges or the things that you've got on your list, some of the answers to those things are a lot less conventional than you're thinking, right? You've got Uranus in your sign, which is the planet of change, revolution, different things, you know, far out ideas and sudden flashes of inspiration that you think, okay, that's a bit weird. I'll write it down just in case, right? That's going to be your practice over the next 7 years. You know, oh, that's an odd idea. Wonder what that could be used for. Don't know at the moment. I'll write it down. At a later date, it will probably become relevant, right? But in the here and now for the month of September, a lot of the things that you've got on your to-do list, they have very different ideas, not ideas. The solutions to them are not what you're thinking. Think outside the box this month, all right? So your second week of the month, you've got the High Priestess right underneath the Chariot. So you've got a very, very nourishing month when it comes to your finances, when it comes to your money. Why do I say that? The High Priestess is your intuition, right? But it's also ruled by Cancer. The Chariot card is also ruled by Cancer. Cancer is the sign of nourishment and nurturing. This is a double hit of water energy in your earth sector. This is a month to grow your finances. This is a month to really think about, how can I succeed financially? How can I, how can I improve my budget? Do I even have one? If not, okay, what can I put in place to make that happen? This is going to be, when it comes to, and if you have ideas, intuitions or spontaneous things pop up when it comes to your finances, follow those hunches, right? Because the chances are you could find yourself onto a winner. When it comes to your dreams as well, pay attention to your dreams this month, because they could lead you onto some form of a mini gold mine. So your third week of the month, you've got the Judgment card, right? So this is really interesting. It suggests to me, because you've got the Ace of Wands there, sudden inspiration or writing, or something that you want to create, something that you want to make real, but the passion to do so. And you're speaking to people about this, and you're speaking with fervor and vigor and all of those other words. Now, the Judgment card is a blast from the past, and it's a blast from the past that sets you up for the spring forward. Right, so as it comes underneath the Ace of Wands, if there is an idea that you've got on the shelf, or if there is an idea that you've got that you think, do you know what, I said I would get round to that eventually, but haven't kind of done it. Maybe now is the time, right? Maybe now is the time for you to start looking at bringing some of those things that have been sat on a shelf forward. Maybe not necessarily to release now, but certainly at a later date. It's almost like going backward in some way, shape or form. This month is really going to benefit you, especially when it comes to communication. So if you find yourself connecting with old colleagues, old work partners, anything like that, this is a really good month for that, right? Because they're going to spur you on. And it might be sometimes we bump into somebody from our past and they remind us of an idea that at the time seemed completely crazy, and then all these years later, with all of this new experience and stuff, you look at it again and you say, yeah, you know what, with everything that I've done recently, I reckon I could make that work now. So really think about that this month. Pay attention to any old friends, old colleagues, or anything that comes back to you, because they might excite an old dream of sorts. Your fourth week of the month, you got the Sun card right underneath. So relationships this month, you've got them, they've got you. If you're single, you're meeting somebody that is literally on your level, right, in all senses, like across the board, money, spiritually, mentally. They're not the same as you, right? And trust me for this, unless you want either a really boring or very tumultuous life, you never want a partner that's exactly the same as you. Otherwise you might as well just bloody date yourself, right? You want somebody that is a mirror for you, somebody that brings you the things that you need to work on, and somebody that you can bring the stuff that they need to work on, so that you find that balance, right? This month relationships look really good. This is going to be the source of strength for you this month, right? The Sun card is ultimate blessings. This month will yield a result for you, a nice one, and you'll probably see it shape up here right at the end of September. Which is absolutely beautiful. Really, I love this. it's going to be an interesting month. There's going to be lots of twists and turns to this month. Be along for the ride because it's all enjoyable. Your key to the month is the Justice card. So you've got a double hit of the Justice card, double hit of Justice energy, finding balance, finding equilibrium, but more importantly, making the decision, making the choice of this is what I want, this is what I'm going for, and everything around me basically needs to adjust to that. Right, which is great. One of the things as well is, you know, we forget how much power we have to choose. I think that happens when stuff outside gets a bit sort of scary or whatever. We forget how much power we have to actually say, you know what, I don't like this experience, I'm going to change it. So this month, remember that. My dear Taurians, have a fantastic month. Let me know in the comments how it shapes up. Take care and I'll see you soon.